Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Reckless Paradise podcast. I am your host, Dystro, and tonight's episode is going to be a very juicy one. This one's kind of a, not a polarizing topic, but it's a topic that I've actually wanted to cover on this channel. It is another career dives episode, whereas we look into a person or wrestler and just tell them or tell you guys as the audience, like what they did and like how long they've been active for and all that stuff. If they won a lot of titles or not any, kind of go over what they have won in the past, like as awards and all that stuff. But this one is gonna be a. It's not gonna be an easy one to cover, but I'm gonna try my best here. Tonight's episode is covering Edge, aka Adam Copeland. And this one's actually a good one to kind of just talk about because he's had a lengthy career from when he was a little kid. He wanted to become a wrestler and all that stuff, and then he becomes like a big time star in the WWF, WWE. To when he had to retire due to some neck injuries in 2011. And then he comes back during the pandemic, during that Rumble in 2020. And then, until now in AEW, doing like some of the best stuff with the roster at that time. But yes, he is a professional wrestler, and an actor. He is currently signed to AEW right now. And he, was in WWE from 1998 to 2011, which he had retired at that point. 9 years go by, comes back in 2020, goes till 2023, and then he goes into AEW, which he is currently at now. He made his professional wrestling debut in 1992, wrestling in many independent promotions and competing in singles and tag team action with his longtime best friend Christian Cage, which that's synonymous because they've traveled up and down the roads together and all that stuff, so they have lots of war stories and all that stuff too. In '97, he signed a developmental deal with the World Wrestling Federation, and then he made his televised debut in '98 under the ring name Edge. After winning the Intercontinental Championship in '99, he formed a tag team with Christian and won the World Tag Team Championships 7 times, which that's the most I think of like anybody in that current era. But if you do want to know a little bit more about Edge and Christian, go to our debate hour that we had done, which was Ed and Christian versus the Hardy Boys versus the Dudley Boys. That was a very good, lengthy discussion about what those 3 teams have done for the business and to us as consumers of the product, But during that time, they have gained notoriety due to their participation in TLC, tables, ladders, and chairs. They are considered one of the major teams that revived tag team wrestling during the Attitude Era, which is pretty much self-explanatory. Their team split in 2001, and Edge embarked on his successful solo career. He has won a total of 31 championships in WWE, holding the World Heavyweight Championship from 2002 to the 2013 version a record 7 times, the WWE Championship 4 times, the Intercontinental Championship 5 times, the United States Championship once, the World Tag Team Championship a record 12 times, and the WWE Tag Team Championships twice. He is the 14th Triple Crown Champion, 7th Grand Slam Champion. He is also a King of the Ring winner, the first Money in the Bank ladder match winner in 2005, and won the 2010 Royal Rumble, which makes him the wrestler to retrieve all 3, King of the Ring, Money in the Bank, and Royal Rumble, which is crazy. He had first retired in 2011 due to some severe neck injuries and was inducted into the Hall of Fame that next year, which is actually mind-blowing. 9 years after retiring, he returned to the 2020 Royal Rumble and then won the next year's Royal Rumble becoming the 8th man to win the Royal Rumble twice, the 3rd to win it as the first entrant, and the 1st to win it after being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. He has headlined multiple pay-per-view events for WWE, including WrestleMania 24 and WrestleMania 37 Night 2, and after his contract expired in September 2023, he joined AEW the next month and debuted at WrestleDream, and go on to win the TNT Championship twice, which it's kind of cursed at this point. He has also acted movies, like I said. He was in Highlander Endgame in 2000, Bending the Rules in 2012, and Money Plane in 2020. He's made appearances on TV shows such as The Weakest Link, Deal or No Deal, Mad TV, and The Flash, which that's actually kind of cool. He's played in the sci-fi series Haven, in Vikings, and Ares in the Disney Plus series Percy Jackson in the Olympians, in which the latter earned him a Emmy Award nomination for Outstanding Performer, Supporting Performer in a Preschool, Children's, or Young Teen Program. That's actually kind of cool. I know this is kind of like a little off topic, but he's had 3 spouses currently, which is the latter, which is Beth Phoenix right now. Good for her, good for him. Which, and they have 2 kids. But yeah, it's like he's one of those performers that's like, no matter what you see him in, it's like he's gonna be the star, whether he's a face or a heel. And it's kind of cool to like see, like, he made his debut in '92 on Canada Day, and then throughout the '90s he wrestled on the independent circuit under the ring name Sexton Hardcastle, which is a cool name. He became part of the tag team Sex and Violence with Joe E. Legend. Yeah. In the mid 1990s, wow, he wrestled as Adam Impact, calling for TNA Impact right there. And then Sex and Violence became of a larger stable called Thug Life, joining Christian Cage, Zach Wilde, Bill Scullin, and Rhino Richards. Now, I don't know who Rhino Richards is, but it is aka Rhino, which that's actually kind of cool. During his independent career, he won the MWCW Tag Team Championships twice with Legend, and the ICW Street Fight Tag Team Championships twice. That's crazy. A weird name for a belt, but alright. The duo of Hardcastle and Cage were known as Hard Impact before changing their name to the Suicide Blondes. That's crazy. They also worked in Japan under the name the Canadian Rockers. Copeland also wrestled as Damon Stryker against Mang on an episode of WCW Pro in '96 in February. Copeland stated in 2021 the name was intended to be Damian Stryker, but the on-screen caption of the name was incorrectly written, which that's funny. In the summer of '95, he worked a show in Apex, Ontario, where Bret Hart's business manager, Carl DeMarco, was watching. Impressed, he suggested Copeland send an audition tape to the WWF. Then, he goes into WWF. Copeland replaced Bob Holly's opponent at short notice at the house show. And then in '96, he made $210 per week while working for the WWF without a contract. The company also paid for his outstanding college debt, which was around $40,000, which is crazy. That's awesome. And then he went to train with Ken Shamrock, Test, Mark Henry, Kurgan. But then he got a developmental deal in '97. His first match was November 10th, '97, losing to CFL football star Glenn Kolka. He is a retired professional wrestler, if anybody wants to know. He faced and defeated Christian Cage on Shotgun taping in a dark match. And then from March to June of '98, he appeared in many house shows and dark matches. Once completing his training, he made his television debut on June 22nd, 1998, on the episode of Raw as Edge. So he took the name Edge from Albany radio station, which that's kind of funny. His first televised match was on June 16th against Jose Estrada, which ended prematurely by a countout when Edge performed a somersault senton from the ring to the outside, legitimately injuring Estrada's neck. That's good healthy conscience there. He wrestled his first pay-per-view match on August 30th at SummerSlam that year to be Sable's mystery partner, defeating Jacqueline and Mark Merrow, and slammed Mabel into Merrow into a pinning position to pick up the win. Faced Owen Hart in a losing effort in Breakdown in Your House on September 27th. And then on October 11th, Sunday night, he faced Vader. Edge faced Vader in his last televised WWF match, and then faced Tiger Ali Singh in a losing effort at Capital Carnage. And then we go into teaming with Christian. This was from 98 to 2001. In September, Edge began a feud with the Vampire Warrior Gangrel. During the feud, Gangrel introduced Christian, Edge's storyline brother, as his ally. Then they were also known as the Brood. And then the Brood go on to defeat the Job Squad in a 6-man tag at Rock Bottom in Your House. He competed in the 30-man Rumble the next month in 99. And then he kind of like was in the Ministry of Darkness with Taker, Bradshaw, Farouk, and lots of others and all stuff. Midian was there. At King of the Ring in 99, the Hardys defeated Edge and Christian in a match to determine the number one contender to the WWF Tag Team Championships. And then Edge beats Jeff Jarrett for the Intercontinental Championship on a house show. And then he had lost the belt to Jarrett the next night. And then it kind of goes on to like say like, you know, how Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys kind of made the ladder match like more synonymous than it is, and then kind of like throw into the Dudley Boys into it, and comes the Triangle Ladder match at WrestleMania 2000 that year, which ultimately led to the creation of the TLC match, which is actually kind of cool that, you know, they were part of history that early on. And Edge was like 6 years into the business at that point. In 92 to 98, he was there like six years at that point. And then to go on to becoming like a good name into a household name in 98, going into 99, 2000, and to 2001. It's like, you know, they've been having like some crazy ass matches and all that stuff. And then championship reigns and various feuds. So the first one was like Christian and Edge. You know, that was the, you know, brother breaking up and all that stuff. It's like they kind of tried to do that with Matt and Jeff and all that stuff, but it didn't really work as they wanted it to. I think the Edge and Christian feud was actually kind of good, but it was during like the Invasion storyline and all that stuff, which was over like the IC title and all that crap. And then like he won the WCW United States Championship, Kurt Angle. And then like goes to feud with like Regal, and then like later on with Angle and stuff too in 01. And then he wins the tag titles with Hollywood Hulk Hogan, defeating Billy and Chuck. Like, fuck that team. And then he goes into like the SmackDown 6 era. Like, you know, this is like SmackDown 6 era. Like 2002, this is like, you know, Kurt Angle, Regal, Eddie Guerrero teams with Rey Mysterio to fight Angle and Benoit at No Mercy that year, which is like one of the best tag team matches of all fucking time. And then kind of like, not like, what am I trying to say? Like, not like being lost in the shuffle or anything, but it was kind of like he went under surgery, and then he comes back in 04, and then it goes on a huge tear, like becomes like a huge dick to everybody, which Edge as a heel is better than Edge as a face, because Edge as a heel makes it more. What am I trying to say here? It makes him more believable as a heel because he can be so smarmy and like, like you want to see his ass get kicked, but you know at the end of the day, like he's gonna like come out on the other side like not injured. But we do not want to forget the Edge, Lita, and Matt Hardy storyline too. And that's kind of like one of those things where it's kind of hard to not maneuver around it because it's one of those like big feuds at that time where it was like Edge and Lita were on the road while Matt was out with an injury. And then they kind of like got more and more close and all that stuff, and then kind of became public and all that stuff. And then Matt Hardy gets fired. And then they brought him back due to protests from the fans. And then they kind of like they made them feud, but then it's like Matt Hardy just got the short end of the stick. Like Edge was just winning a lot. He was like winning a like majority of the matches that he had between Matt and him. Like Matt was like win a little bit, but then it's just like nah, and then it's just like what the fuck. And then it goes into the feud with John Cena that year, which was like one of the best feuds I think of all time. And then goes into like 06, 07 with the Rated RKO stuff with Randy Orton, which is a best like a good tag team to have. And then it kind of like gets murky for me because I didn't really watch a lot of that Raw and SmackDown in like 07, 08, 09. But then like he returns from injury in 2010, wins the Rumble that year, and then he feuds with Jericho, and then he fails to win at Mania that year. And then Jericho loses the title. I think the SmackDown taping after Mania to Jack Swagger, and then Edge and Jericho go to Extreme Rules in a steel cage. It's like I said, it's one of those things where it's just like I didn't remember a lot of that stuff during that time. But I do remember the Royal Rumble return in 2020, and then kind of like feuding with Randy Orton, feuding with Roman and stuff as well. The Judgment Day stuff, it was okay. It was just like one of those things where it's just like, okay, like look, the Judgment Day is a new thing. You want to have Edge have his own like kind of like brood stable, but then you have Rhea and Damian, which is good picks. But then it's like you kind of kick him out, and then put Finn in the helm, and then you have Dominic at the helm too. And then it's I'm just surprised it's still around to this day, like because it's like it's been through so many iterations and putting new members and shit in there, and it's just like what like what, and then like he does a little bit in WWE like during when people come back and all that stuff too, and then like I just didn't watch anything else after that. I know like his TNT run was actually kind of good. Like he, it's like, and plus I don't watch a lot of AEW either. But like, it's just kind of hard to talk about the career of Edge and Adam Copeland without like not saying like, well, like he did some like he did this, he did that, and all stuff. But it's like I don't remember a lot of it, and that is kind of like what boggles me. I mean, like, his multiple title reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship are, like, synonymous with time. Um, and, like, his AEW stuff has been good, too. He is most recently teaming back up with Christian Cage, which is actually love to see that. And they're going to be facing FTR at All Out this year, which is actually freaking awesome. Uh, and it's like, no, it's just, it's so cool to see him return at 2020 Royal Rumble. And then, like, he had, like, this, like, the longest freaking last man standing match of all fucking time. The longest match at Backlash against Randy Orton, the greatest wrestling match of all time. Yeah, like, it took, like, almost fucking 50 minutes to get something. And then, like, they were like, okay, well, we're just gonna put you on the show for a little bit and let you just do whatever you need to do. But, like, I don't know, man. Like, him in AEW right now, like, he's doing some good stuff right now. Like, he feels like he has new, I guess, like, I'm not gonna try to say like new youth for the business, but like he is putting like a lot of these younger guys and like trying to like make some good for AEW. And the right track is like having him team up with Christian Cage again, facing FTR, which is gonna be a good match, I think, on paper. Let's just hope it goes that way. but um, but I'm gonna go into the video games that he's done, which is like a lot, like from '99 to like current day stuff. Um, so he was in WWF Attitude, WrestleMania 2000, No Mercy, SmackDown 2, Know Your Role, SmackDown Just Bring It, WrestleMania 18, Shut Your Mouth, Crush Hour, WrestleMania 19, SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, Day of Reckoning, the first SmackDown vs. Raw, um, uh, Day of Reckoning 2, SmackDown vs. Raw 06, 07, 08, 09, Legends of WrestleMania, 2010, 2011, All Stars, WrestleMania, WWE 12, 13, 2K14, Supercard, 2K15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, Battlegrounds, but we don't really talk about that. 2K22 and 23, and then he has recently been downloadable content in Fight Forever. But yeah, like there's like a lot to kind of go over. That was like just of him. But yes, like I said at the top, he won the AEW TNT Championship 2 times. He for Insane Championship Wrestling, the ICW Street Fight Tag Team Championships with Christian Cage and Joey Legend, the MWCW Tag Team Championships with Joey Legend, Comeback of the Year for 04, Feud of the Year with Lita versus Matt Hardy in 05, Feud of the Year with John Cena, which is obviously. Match of the Year in 2000 with the Triangle Ladder match at WrestleMania 2000. Match of the Year in 01 for the Tables, Ladders, and Chairs 2 at WrestleMania 17. Most Hated Wrestler of the Year in 06. Most Improved Wrestler of the Year in 01. Inspirational Wrestler of the Year in 2021. And ranked number 2 in the top 500 single wrestlers in the PWI 500 in 07. Which is freaking crazy. Match of the Year in 02 with Rey Mysterio versus Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit in No Mercy. Tag Team of the Year with Christian in 2000. Worst Feud of the Year in 2010 versus Kane, which it was really bad. Worst Work Match of the Year in 08 versus Kozlov and Triple H at Survivor Series in 08, which is crazy. He's won the WWE Championship 4 times, World Heavyweight Championship 7 times, WWF/E Intercontinental Championship 5 times, WCW United States Championship 1 time, the WWF/World Tag Team Championships 12 times, 7 times with Christian, 1 time with Hogan, 2 times with Benoit, 1 time with Orton, and 1 time with Chris Jericho. The WWE Tag Team Championships 2 times, one with Rey Mysterio and one with Chris Jericho. King of the Ring winner, the first ever Money in the Bank winner, 2-time Royal Rumble winner, the Bragging Rights Trophy. Who can remember Bragging Rights? Slammy Award winner with Couple of the Year, Oh Snap Meltdown of the Year, Return of the Year, and Rivalry of the Year in 2020 with Randy Orton, and the Hall of Famer with Class of 2012. So yeah, that was a deep dive into the career of Edge / Adam Copeland. Sorry if I kind of got murky around the some of the earlier stuff and all that stuff, but it's like I don't remember that time frame and all that stuff too. But hopefully you'll forgive me. But yeah, that is it for this episode. Please make sure to follow us on all social media links in the description below. If you made it to the end of this video, there will be a link tree, the link to our link tree, which will take you to our Instagram pages, Twitter pages, the Reddit podcast page for the Reddit. My gaming YouTube channel is on there. And tonight's song of the night, it is going to be Metalingus by Ultra Bridge. I don't know if there is a YouTube video, like a music video for it. But yeah, that is it. Tonight we'll see you guys for another Shoot the Shit episode this Sunday. Peace!